Astralis,
you go.
I'm going to overtake you right at the finish line, Harry.
I like that.
Right when you think you're safe. But someone who's looking to overtake the finish line here is Aristocracy. They've got a big task ahead of them, though, Harry. Vertigo being the first map of this series. Those odds are savage. Let's at least see the polls play. But Betway, they want none of the action here as Astralis looking to decimate Aristocracy in this best of 3. Let's see if they can do it. Vertigo being the first map. We've got Astralis on that CT side.
Yeah, we saw Aristocracy here in the last season, and they love this slow play over on the T side, right? I imagine not much has changed there. You've still got Taz at the helm of this one, so we're kind of seeing what we saw in the last season, and that is they do just hold these positions, wait and see what their opponent is up to, see if they can catch Astralis getting overconfident. Because if you are Astralis, you're going to be coming into this very, very confident.
What a read as well. Astralis have 4 players on B. When do you see this in Vertigo and Aristocracy? The bomb's outside of B. You know, it doesn't look like it's a commitment yet. We have 2 players coming up ramp that should force some form of a rotation here for Astralis, but do they overcommit? Seems like Xyp9x is going to move, and Dupree decides to stay there. That's a wise choice. 40 seconds, and these Ts are getting ready to burst.
With Glaive being aggressive at ramp, that will actually offer the first kill up to Diha, so he's shut him down. Man advantage now taken for Aristocracy. 30 seconds left as his B play now looks to come through. Xyp9x will make quick work of the man on the entry from Aristocracy, and now they run. They've got their running shoes on. Towards the A site they go, and they are going to beat Astralis on the rotation. Astralis still have everyone over towards B. Aristocracy, they've got around the world and they've lived to tell the tale. That bomb going down, Taz going to get it planted. There's time to get players back down the ramp for that post plant. Device the first man in, and he will make quick work of Taz. Xyp9x following up onto another, but Manish still left down at the crate, 1-on-3.
No kit though for Astralis. They've got to hurry up. Manish not able to hit a shot there. Device is going to close it out with 2, and Xyp9x with 3. Despite Astralis giving up the A site, they seem perfectly capable of retaking it as well. The pistol goes in their way, and Aristocracy. I like that rotate from them, right? Show a bit of B presence. That seemed more like a mid-round than a go-to decision off the back of the T side. But yeah, they get a bomb plant. They get some money.
So that's the thing. I think Vertigo, you know, last time we never got to see Aristocracy on it, really. But in the last season, probably right, they played very, very slowly. That was something that we noted. These like 30-second pushes are not something that's uncommon from the Polish squad. I think that's how they're going to play the majority of this T side. I think not only does Vertigo lend itself really well for that and these fast mid-round rotations between either bomb site, like we just saw there, I also think that this very, very slow pace, something that Astralis maybe won't be ready for. Not sure how much research they've done onto Aristocracy ahead of coming into this game. I imagine this is just one that they would expect to win out. That said, the Astralis squad, always a team to put in prep, even when you think that they might not. They kind of are the overachievers in Counter-Strike.
It just gets no armor with an M4 in round 2. That's kind of weird for Astralis, but he is playing headshot angles, so I guess it didn't matter in the end. He gets 1-deeked. Armor wouldn't have stopped that bullet. Rallen's got a pick to middle. Glaive was here, though, and they knew that, so got to be careful for this scout. It's waiting in the doorway. Device ready for the swing if Rallen does get the kill. He's trying to get a pre-shot off, but Glaive firing. Now Rallen going to move in. Device should get that frag. He will. 2 players left up for Aristocracy, and the A site seemingly being their destination. But with Xyp9x committed here, it seems unlikely these pistols will find much, if any, success. Xyp9x getting a chance to back up, dropping the bomb. Nice trade. These digs from Aristocracy showing up. Taz has a window to get that plant in, but he slowed it right down, giving time for Device to get into position. The flank is in, and Device now knows Taz is going to get shut down. And that's Astralis with the 2nd round.
Yeah, and this is one of the things you're going to find if you're on this Polish side. You know, giving a lot of room to the Danes is pretty risky, I feel like. Astralis, not a team that's too known just to sit back on their laurels, although I feel like they just will. I feel like they're going to let Aristocracy, right, hold these very, very early round defaults and wait for that timer to run down. That was sort of how we saw Aristocracy find a lot of their success last season, was on the back of teams playing into this aggressive default. Well, this round Astralis actually are. sorry, into this passive default. This round, Astralis are playing into it, and they've won every single fight down at ramp. So already this one is kind of been shut down. Diha and Rallen, 2 versus 4. Kriegs between them, trying to get out into middle, but Astralis, they've already got 2 players here.
Boost is coming through for Aristocracy, but Glaive should be ready for this, and he spotted it. Zitnik's getting the spray off, can't double it, but Rallen's down to 21 points of health, needs to get that bomb. Luckily, it didn't go up on top of the boxes. That would have left him with no way to plant, no way to get up there on his own. He'd have to ask Astralis for a leg, and I don't think they'd be giving him much help. 1 on 3, and Glaive holding this angle. Rallen probably not going to expect it, not ready, and even with the check, it's only 1 bullet for Glaive. That's a round for Astralis once again. 3-0 beginning. I think mid control is going to be an interesting talking point, right? We obviously don't have that new Vertigo with the changes just coming in mid-season. But Astralis seemingly putting a lot of stake on this mid control. Every round having 2 players there. It's fairly easy to do so with this current Vertigo, of course, because you can rotate into A very, very quickly as a CT. Rotate's not just favorable for that terrorist side, and talking of which, they're now on pistols once again, trying to get up that ladder. Bits of armor here with the Deagles. We saw a couple of kills come out in round number 2 with these pistols, but will they be able to do the same here and now? Dupree's crossed behind the stairs as well. This could be something.
Oh, Magis. Nade. Double nade onto it. Someone gets thrown in, but not much being found here for Aristocracy. Magisk is pretty content to take these fights. Trying to use the incandescenter on that Molotov just to his advantage. And Nice gets burned back just a little bit. That is into the prying eyes of Magisk. These Deags getting picked apart in this round. Not much found for Aristocracy there in that partial investment. 1 kill comes through, but that is it. Astralis off to a good start now. 4-0 lead over on that CT side, and it's looking to only get stronger.
So one thing we've been lacking, Harry, not that I say I want it, but you know, we haven't seen it, is stomps, is dominant games. Every game on the Pro League, apart from those 2 odd maps in that best of 3 last night between Heroic and the likes of Sprout, which had 2 stomps. We've had pretty close games, pretty tight affairs. Now with Astralis in this group, we definitely need to wonder, are they going to just absolutely steamroll their way through this season of Pro League? Are they just going to lock in their place back in Odense, where they picked up the win last year? Well, right now, things are looking perfect for them. 4-0 beginning, but it's early days. Mani's holding with the AWP. Device is not falling for it. He's Bames Jonding as well, Harry. 7-0-0, the reverse James Bond. Great start from the AWP player, and we've got 2 of them here on the first really AWP round for Aristocracy, right? 2 coming out for Astralis. That's a big investment. Dupree's holding down middle with Magisk, and Aristocracy going to go back to control.
Oh, those flashbangs allow them to get out into middle. Not only that, the Molotov forcing Dupree off the angle leaves Magisk there alone, so no trade can come through for Astralis. In response to this, Device goes aggressive down at the A ramp, and he'll pluck one from the ranks of Aristocracy. Even more re-aggression here as they boost the man up into the window. Diha has just missed the timing onto that one. So Glaive, he can look to swing in and help out.
Nice.
Diha, though, shutting down Dupree over at the A site through the bottom of the railings. This flash from Zipnix might have to do a lot to allow Glaive back into this round. It's a good flashbang, but Taz still able to come out on top from down at the ramp. The man there bailing his teammates out of that tricky situation. It's Zipnix and Device left standing, and Device shutting down Taz as he pushes in through that smoke. Now leaves Manice alone. First time we've seen the AWP in his hands, and now he's got to come up clutch in the 1v2. Trapped, pins it in. Astralis able to recover that round.
And right there, you see one of the problems with this slow, passive default that this T-side is running. Astralis at the 22nd mark and a 2-on-1. They have two incendiaries left. They throw them both out on the bomb site. There is no way you're getting a plant in if you're Aristocracy there with so much fire all over the site. Really good holding of utility for Astralis. Doesn't get any kill, but it just locks out so many positions that the Poles can't take.
Device is 10-0, by the way.
He's had enough, Harry.
Oh, it's a very grim start for Aristocracy. I like it. Their name's so long, we had to shorten it in the graphic.
Aristo
and Ernesto. Astrolo, maybe.
That sounds like a really off-brand pair of shoes.
Astrolos. Oh, mate, just picked up a brand new pair of Astrolos from down south.
Oh, really, Rosh?
Oh, lads, you're not going to believe this one, right? So Zonics taking the chance to stare sinisterly at Astralis, and now they know that a lot is riding on this round, right? Device. AWP.
Actually, they go back to 1.
Yeah, and
that's all they need.
Continuing to find his success on the AWP, 11-0 now. This A ramp just getting shut down. This is masterful control from Astralis. You can see how afraid Aristocracy are of heading towards this side of the map. It's very, very rare that you see someone able to lock down this entire segment of Vertigo in such a proficient manner. So Device is helping Astralis so much. This has allowed for that many more players over towards this B side of the map, right? 2 over in mid. You've got Glaive who can get in through that window to help Dupree out if he needs it. He's just jiggle peeking the angle. The second he sees someone, he'll drop that smoke. Buys some time, allows these players to rotate around from mid. You can see Glaive coming on round in through the squeaky door. They try and get Manise into the window. Almost running that bait and switch, right? Zipnik's getting the attention from CT. If they tried to get up into middle, there was a man there to put a stop to it. The bomb now dropped as well. This has to be the dedication from the Poles, and Astralis, with almost everyone here, should be able to lock this round in.
That AK got thrown through 3 players from Aristocracy and no one got a kill with it. 3 from Magisk on the CT side and another flawless round from Astralis. You know, what do you even do here if you're Aristocracy? Running into a brick wall clearly on that B bomb site right there. I love the safe play from Astralis. They always are just so calculated. The spot from, I think it was Dupree, right, gets a smoke out, doesn't take any risks, wait for the rotate. Astralis always playing off of one another. 6-0 now, and Aristocracy back in with a bye. Needs to be successful.
Astralis have kind of read into how Aristocracy, they can't really afford to keep giving up this ramp area, so they now put players here to help Device. Zipnik's swooping in, looking to shut this one down, and he is coming up clutch. Manise will get that trade. 2 kills in this round, finding the AWPer early on and getting that pick up onto Zipnik's, but look at Dupree. And this is the thing, we were wondering if Aristocracy were going to stick to these slow defaults. It's giving so much room to Astralis. Dupree, is he going to... No, I was going to say, is he going to go for the knife? Surely not, he doesn't.
More respect.
It is just Rallen left, and there are enemies all across the map. If you're Rallen in this 1-on-3, you don't know where Astralis are. You don't know what you're walking into. And that's the shutdown. Astralis 7-0 lead.
You never even saw him, Harry. He just got a shot coming around the corner. That close angle from Dupree with the AWP. And another round for Astralis. Looking all too easy on the CT side of Vertigo. Aristocracy's map pick, you can't blame them for it, right? Trying to throw a curveball at Astralis, but really, you know they have an 8-map pool. It's not even 8 maps in the pool, Harry. They just know all of them and more. Astralis 7-0 right now. And Nova out for Taz. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Let's see if it can find value in middle. Device getting mollied out. He's got his first death in the previous round, looking to make up for it, keep that KD going. Magisk on the top side as well. Diha, does he check this position? So many grenades from Astralis' utility, keeping Aristocracy of even moving out of this mid portion. No flanks coming in from Astralis this time, just playing things casual. Device going to move in with the AWP now that the grenades have stopped. There's a gap in the action, and he looks to resume it. There's the kill. Easy stuff for Device. Backs up and doesn't even get repeat. No trade attempt for Aristocracy. They just let him with a get away with a highway robbery there. He might even stop this bomb. Oh, the timing of that switch. He sees the bomb escape through middle, and Aristocracy get to reroute.
I'm interesting what the players with this Nova on Taz.
Maybe a misbuy.
Yeah, because he's using the CZ over it as well.
And he's got no money. I mean, Manise is full bot as well, but at least he got an AK out. Yeah, see, Taz isn't even interested. Here, Rylan, you take that.
Let's see. I love it. Rylan's just committed. Nova in middle, though. I'm not too confident in its ability to find much here. Let's see if it does.
So much utility.
And that's the thing, man. If you're, we saw whenever Aristocracy have picked up wins on the back of this slow play style, it's usually just because teams are kind of dumpstering out that utility and you know, kind of playing into what Aristocracy like to run. Astralis just aren't doing that. They've held on to all their utilities so late into this round. They've slowed this push, and that bomb getting dropped, that could almost, that's it. The round's done. There's no chance to get that bomb planted. It's over.
Ooh.
No matter how many kills come in, this one is done. Astralis 8-0. Aristocracy running out of time, and Manice just able to hold on to that AK.
That was like a one-bullet headshot from Dupree in transition, just moving away from that pillar. 3 drop in. He just fires, you know, a burst, like 1 or 2 bullets, gets a headshot, dies immediately. But that's all he needed. Like you said, just the bomb dropped and time running out for Aristocracy. They really are getting a tough hand dealt to them right now. No matter how much prep you put in, sometimes Astralis is just too good, and Dupree's going to flash Glaive into this aggressive B position here. Set him up, if needed, and it's not. The Molotov is down, and Aristocracy not going to play aggressive off the back of it. Re-smoke in, Taz trying to find a gap. He has, but Glaive has been pushed back. And Aristocracy not even getting control in this position. Mouse is very close to. Flash is being set up. Glaive has moved back in for seconds. And if you go deep enough down those stairs, I mean, that flash coming through the window, it's not going to affect you. It shouldn't blind you looking down at the ground. It does go very high. Glaive's going to avoid it anyway. Dupree's here for assistance as well. The Aristocracy looking for a kill on that ledge once again, but Astralis not giving it to them. They lost 1 player to it early on in the map, and now Dupree's definitely got his eyes trained on it. Aristocracy have had enough of B, and I don't blame them, going up through a ramp. Only Device and Zipnik's here.
I mean, since like the pistol and maybe one of those eco rotations, this is the deepest you've got up this ramp.
Yeah.
Device has finally eased off back into the bomb site. Is that going to be a blessing or a curse for Aristocracy, though? As this push comes in, they have flashed Device off the angle. He's going to miss that shot on the repeat. They've got the entry. They've just got to get past Zipniks, but sometimes that's easier said than done, because he shut down 3. The nade going to find so much damage onto Diha. He's fully blind, still able to get Magis, but Zipniks on for the ace, will get traded. Manice from ramp, however, falls to Dupree on that wrap around, and Astralis, it gets a little bit close, but Zipniks coming up clutch in what was effectively a 1v4 as they push into that site.
Is there another league, Harry? Can we go up a notch? Can Astralis just move? Because I don't think the Pro League is balanced anymore. There's got to be another level, because Zipniks, he's on it right now. 3 kills, and what an incredible grenade on the bomb plant as well, bouncing it off of the wall. Doing so much damage, cleaned up in the end by his teammates. 4 kills in the round, and what a shutdown that is. You don't need anything else of your Astralis yet to drop a single round on the CT side of Vertigo. And I think, you know, this map has become a little more CT-sided once teams have started to figure out how to play that A-bomb site, when to retake, you know, the ramp aggression that has recently been coming through. But even so, Harry, this is something else. It's not Nuke. This shouldn't be happening, but it is. And Aristocracy, they're probably not feeling too great right now.
I mean, even in the tactical pauses, you can just tell on how much input Zonic is having. He's having a pretty easy time. I haven't seen him open his mouth yet. That's the thing, you know, Zonic, he puts in a lot of work, but for games like this, he's just collecting the paycheck. He's just stood there, he shows up, he gets his money, he's happy. Doesn't have to say a word. Because what would you say at this point? Like, yeah, guys,
keep it up.
Yeah, just keep wrecking them. Yeah.
Oh, smoke shots as well. Doesn't get any easier for Diha.
Last time we saw that tactical pause come in, there was that round where Astralis just threw 3 down at the A ramp. This time they've mixed it up again, and they've stuck 3 players more towards that B site, getting another one into mid. However, this could come back to hurt them a little bit. The A site has crumbled in the meantime. That bomb is a little ways away, however, so it's allowed some time for rotations to come in. It's the aggressive Taz over towards the sniper's nest, shutting down Magisk on that rotation in, and this is going to leave them at advantage now in favor of the bombs.
Nice molly, but he can't follow up behind it. Escaping to CT spawn was Mouse, and Benitez comes in from elevators, only good for one more as the trade is in for Glaive. Device on the AWP, but he knows they were in CT. There's a smoke down, and he's got to wait for it to fade. He's so committed. Taz, does he expect a second player? Does Device expect two? There's one. No way he knows that Mouse is still in this corner, and there's the trade. That should be the round. Glaive has already bailed from this situation. He wanted nothing to do with it, surprisingly. Already on 2 kills, and he will let Aristocracy take 2 more. Will they save down ramp, though? No, they're going to push up, so they should be able to get away with these guns. Glaive not stopping them at the end of the round. And finally, the curse has been lifted. Aristocracy get on the board with 1 T side. Slow and steady wins the race, they say, but yeah, let's see how it pays out in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for Aristocracy, this is their map pick with Nuke coming up next, and that obviously the pick of the Danes stands to get a little bit scary.
Yeah,
so
if it wasn't already.
Vertigo, they were hoping could have been their way out. Once again, it is this ramp aggression from Astralis. They're pretty content with how much room Aristocracy are giving them to maneuver here. Ooh, catching a timing there on that peak, not able to get a kill from it though. Device desperately looking just to try and thin the herd a little bit. And there's the head of Mowers. I love that angle back on the... I didn't even like the fence, I guess.
Yeah, back railing. Oh, look, D has gotten into B. Dupree might not expect this deep positioning. He's smoking off the main entrance. He's being wrapped. It all just comes down to whether he checks it, and no, he doesn't. Turning around, D has opened up the B site, and Aristocracy, they have started to come alive in these last couple of rounds, Harry. This should be their second. Zipnix, he may be a Clutchmeister, but he is on the other side of the map. Has the kit, but looking to just save the AWP, probably the best call here. Astralis actually don't have money, funnily enough, despite this dominant lead. It was that one round from Aristocracy that has finally broken the funds for the Danes. No 10 rounds here. However, I have no doubt they'll force coming into that next round, considering they get away with the AWP and they have minimal loss bonus as well, so wouldn't even be too bad of a decision. 2 rounds, though, on this T side. Aristocracy still with a chance to get back into this half and make it interesting.
Terrorists win.
They've been doing a good job of catching Astralis players off guard. Not only Diha getting into that B site, but if we look at the previous round up on A, you know, Taz taking CT, and then Mao's hiding in that corner as well, deep in CT.
Oh, we got a little lower third there. If there's any plays from this matchup, if you're liking anything you're seeing from the Aristocracy side or the Astralis side, you can go ahead and use the hashtag #ClipItChad, as well as the hashtag ESL Pro League. I imagine they all help get it seen, but Chad is eager, ready and waiting to break these ones down. It wasn't the force by Hugo, by the way, as we predicted it might be from Astralis. They're looking to get those rifles out in the next round instead. Already losing that AWP. Was able to get one before it's gone down. However, it's fallen down the ramp. That's a little bit heartbreaking for Astralis.
Now, if Glaive gets mollied here, Zipnix has a smoke, so he can extinguish that. He can keep him alive if Aristocracy move up on that A site. And, you know, it is always tempting to just throw that smoke on the molly anyway, even if you don't have a teammate there, just to bait the fact that, oh, we've got a teammate behind sandbags, even if it isn't the case. Now, they don't, because Glaive is pushed up. He's going to be able to grab this AWP, Harry. That is a weird one. Aristocracy letting Astralis get that gun once they back off of the site. They had complete control over ramp. And that's going to rotate B, surely, because there's no one here. There's no reason to stay A. It's a gamble round. It's an eco anyway. And Aristocracy are walking right into the stack.
Yeah, only these pistols, but there was some of that utility on Zipnix that's now gone out. That smoke to try and delay this push and allow these pistols some closer angles to work with. Do be sure to keep your eye, or at least in the back of your mind, on Rarlan. He's on this wrap in through mid, and he's going to shut down Glaive with that AWP. They're desperately trying to grab it. And And they're not able to do so. So rather than stopping that AWP having any impact, and that's actually pretty important because it would have got to the site just in time. Had it gotten in, you know, with players over by the generators, you could have very easily juggled that AWP around and made that round a little bit closer. So some important kills there from Rallen on that squeaky flank.
Astralis are definitely getting tunnel visioned by all the pressure being put in B main, and considering the time was low, they're just thinking, okay, if we find the bomb, we can drop it, we can win this round. But heads up play from Rallen to go in for the flank, and more importantly, Aristocracy waiting for him. Again, this ramp push from Astralis. Aristocracy scared. They have to go back. They have to give it up. Rallen's found a pick, though, in the meantime on the other side of the map, so that's something. Double entry, make it a triple. Out of nowhere, everyone's dying here for Astralis, and Aristocracy have their heads more than in the game. Zipnik's going to rotate into B. He walks through that molly. That'll be heard. He does get them before the T's, but they are also behind him as well. Rallen putting good damage into the back of Zipnik, who is now pinched, stuck inside the site. Device being held. And how does he get away with that kill? I do not know. Can back up towards A and try and assist Zipnik because Aristocracy are pushed all the way in through mid.
It's a weird one, though. Despite having the man advantage and so much of a foothold, they don't have a bomb site yet. Astralis, they try and re-aggress down towards ramp, knowing that mid was taken, not having any information on where that third player was. And with that, Zipnik's getting removed. This should just be the save from Device. He's going to go looking for the AWP. I wonder if he'll be able to find it. Fourth round on the board, though, for the Polish side. I mean, you know, this was 9-0 at one point in time, so it was looking very, very one-sided. They've done a good job of recovering thus far. And Astralis looking a little bit stunned. I mean, I feel like maybe this is where we see them switch things up. Magisk has been having a pretty tough time of things over in middle. These last few rounds, he's been the first man to go down. Look at that, spooky Device. Happy Halloween, everyone.
That is impossible to see. You're never going to clear that angle as a T, I can tell you that. What a save spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, resident analyst checking in here. I believe that spot has been removed in the new version of Vertigo. And for those of you wondering why we are still playing the old build, competitive integrity for all teams playing in Group Phase 1, we will be seeing the old build of Vertigo for the next two groups. Thank you for your time. Back to you in the cast, Harry.
Thank you very much, Chad. Yes. There we go, broken down so diligently by our resident Australian. Of course, this is old Vertigo. If you somehow haven't figured that out yet, have you been paying enough attention? I don't think so, but there's still time to tune in. There's still time to wake up, as Aristocracy have here in this first half. Molotov from Diha to clear that close ramp position. Nobody there. And once again, they'll leave B. Astralis none the wiser to this. They're already sat a man down, so they're looking for some sort of advantage. They've taken up this position in middle. And they've stacked pretty heavily towards the B side of the map, leaving only Zipnik's here at the A site. He's trying to watch the gap of that traffic cone, and Diha gets a little close, but Zipnik's not able to locate the man there down at ramp. Still a minute left. Aristocracy, they actually head back down the A ramp. They're going maybe for another rotation. I don't know, because they've dropped that bomb. They look a little bit...
They're just hoping for a kill to come their way. Magisk actually has delayed Maniz really well by throwing a smoke on the Molotov and just rotating. He's not even in mid, but Aristocracy have to wait. They think he's behind the toolbox. Eventually, they will leave that A ramp. Diha trying to sell a fake on his own, and he's found a kill. That's going to draw Astralis back, and they shouldn't be coming here. But now the T's come back. Aristocracy all over the place after that pick. It looked like a fake. Well, now it's just a full commitment. Glaive, he's got to hold the line, and he's got a Krieg to do it. Flash back into the site, but just dropping one. Aristocracy, it seemed like they had this round in the bag with that rotate, but they brought it back into the Lion's Den, and they are getting mauled. Just Miles left up, 1 on 2, 10 seconds, faking the bomb plant. They're not going to push, but now they know he's back on it. They know he has to stick it, and he does. Grenade in, and they are all over the site. Aristocracy, they had that perfect. That rotate was so well timed. Astralis fully dedicated towards A after Diha got that kill, but it was the kill from Diha that dedicated Aristocracy back into A. They kind of, played themselves in some sense, Harry.
That's the problem with going back into the Lion's Den, is it's full of lions.
Yeah.
So
mauling is just round the corner at any point.
There's no dodging that, right? Astralis given that 10th round over, and that wasn't even the full investment from them, right? That was pistols for the most part. There were a couple of rifles. I think it was the one that was carried forward, held into that round. So they'll take that all day long. Arriving at double digits now are the Danes.
These kills from Magisk as well, so important. His rotate off of mid, despite getting pressure, just going, okay, fine, we don't need mid, we can just fight the site and give it up. I thought that was police lights, to be honest. I was like,
that was cool.
Are we getting arrested? What have we done?
The Danes might be, because they're just beating down sorry, not Astralis, Aristocracy right now. There's a lot of A's.
Yeah. Biggest enemy is yourself, so you never know.
Yeah, maybe.
Not for these guys, though. 10-4 up right now. It was looking like Aristocracy had a chance to make this a 9-6, which would have been, good for them, but definitely Astralis dropping the ball after a 9-0 lead. That being said, 10-4 right now with an 11th as a potential here. Astralis have all the money to keep himself in the lead. Aristocracy with a 4 by themselves, and Rallen's back to middle. He's been able to get this pick when Astralis have given him the fight, but that's been pretty lacking anyway. We're just jiggling safe. Not wanting to give anything away. Triple A setup for Astralis. We've got Glaive jump spotting P, but actually Diha's hearing these jumps. He knows Glaive is on the left side of the site. Magisk has come in to help him. Gun barrel not spotted from Diha. Nothing spotted, in fact. He executed an A in the meantime, but they're not fully committing. Only a couple of players here with some smokes. Zipnik's great angle for the sandbags at all. Oh, it will check it. Zipnik's getting picked up, and Maniz looking for another. Device is playing that boost. Can he see anything? Can he see his head there? It doesn't look like it. Not a killing shot, at least.
It's just slightly out of view. Maniz is desperate for anything here. Is starting his rotation back, and that puts him into the prying eyes of Device. However, Aristocracy getting kills elsewhere. They try and run the gauntlet, getting past Magisk in mid, although he's had to turn them back around. Yeah, 20 seconds left. They've got to commit to the A play. There are flashbangs on Mouth to try and set this one up. He gets deep, trying to find the players at generators, and Taz has come in to help him out. Device left up, 1 versus 3. Trades the AWP out and onto the M4. He's got a lot to do, and 1 flashbang to try and give him the edge in these fights. It doesn't matter because Aristocracy holding down the angle. They cement that 5th round, and they've at least salvaged a 5-10 half from what was an 0-9 lead in favor of Astralis. Things are looking good for the Danes. The Poles moving into their second half. Can they pull this one back? They might have to if they want to see this series through. Obviously, Nuke coming up next. So we'll be back with that second half after a quick break.
They can try, but can do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
Well, I've got word, the polls are in, and people are leaning in favor of the Great Danes, Hugo, heading in to this matchup. Astralis 10-5 up at the end of that first half over here on Vertigo. Looking good. Aristocracy, they were able to pull it back from what was the 9-0 scoreline in favor of the Danes, salvaging a 5-round half. Now they move into this CT side, where they hope they can pull it back.
But that's where Astralis are now able to control the pace, and I don't think they're going to be as slow as Aristocracy's T side was. They are looking to get into the action, and up towards a ramp they certainly shall. Diha's here. We got a triple setup for Aristocracy. Numbers are good. Betway odds even better. 1.01 for Astralis. Aristocracy not looking favored here by any means of the word, but let's see if they can start off with a pistol round. Astralis have taken some deep map control, but they're just chilling here on the ramp right now, and there's actually been no spot. Aristocracy haven't seen a T despite them all being around the corner. That's about to change. Taz getting tagged. Diha waiting close on that corner. This USP, though, how many is it really going to be good for in such a tight position? The Glocks eventually should overwhelm him after surely one device. Getting there immediately. Rowland can't hold his own from the top. Taz has got to step up, but it's just Glock headshots coming in for Astralis. Oh, dear, what a massacre. 4-on-2, bomb going down on that A site. Mal's looking for a gap in the smoke, but of course there are no gaps with this Astralis utility. Manice finding one on the retake. There is no kit, but there is utility to try and get on that bomb.
Astralis, so they've just hunkered down at the ramp. They're all grouped up. And this is going to make it very, very hard for the Poles to find anything. The Danes, when they amass together, man, there's not many of them on that little archipelago that they call home. But let me tell you, when they're grouped up, when there's a flock of them, they're pretty terrifying.
I love how you use flock of Danes. We always do that. I don't know, are they birds, Harry? Do they fly? Right now, Astralis is sky high, that's for sure. 11 rounds at halftime after the pistol. And Aristocracy forcing on the CT side of Vertigo. You would expect that as well. But they're so far down. This is really not a required round, but without it, they are not going to be able to buy till 13-5. And right then, you don't have much wiggle room.
I always view Astralis, as a bit of a nature documentary. They are just animals, or at least not human, right? Like,
okay. Robots, not nature.
Robots are just the next nature. Nature 2.
Bigger
the sequel.
and better.
Well, in this round already, the Cyborgs taking the advantage. Continuing to push up towards A now. A nice shot landed from Diha, and that is enough to repel that man at ramp, albeit briefly. That's gotten him out onto this, onto the blue boxes. And he's trying to peek down, looking for a bit more. If he can get some more damage off with the scout, that's going to soften these players up for the pistols.
Oh my.
Very unfortunate there. Zipnik's catching him through that smoke, trying to cross back to CT. Glaive getting that bomb planted. Zipnix is holding that gap in the smoke. Taz.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, all right, man.
Zipnix.
He doesn't take the shot when it feels like it's obvious. Instead, no, he backs away, makes it even harder for himself. That much more impressive for the frag movie, that's for sure.
He hasn't even seen anyone in this round, Harry. He's just killing people through smokes, and there's not many people left to kill. Only Maniz. He is long gone. He is far away. And that's a 12th round. The force buy does not pan out at all for the Polish. They get one kill, and that's all they can take into the next. Simnix, he is looking very, very good. Something that Chad said on the desk earlier is, you know, the only way that Astralis are going to fall apart in this game is if they, wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Not coming in, playing like the team we know and love. Well, Zipnix, he certainly is. Smoke shots, incredible utility, and too many multi-kills for the Poles to deal with him. 12 rounds for Astralis. Anti-eco coming in now. An even easier fare. –
I'm pretty sure they requested just one California king-size bed in their hotel room so that they can even sleep in their seating order, just to help with the synergy that much more. Those are the rumors. I don't know if they're true, but we'll give them to you anyway. It's all about team building.
Yeah. I don't think there's room in one bed for 5 brains that bulgeous. That big.
Bulgeous?
Yeah.
I love that word.
Is that
It's not a
Pokemon?
word,
I don't know.
Bulgeosaur. My favorite. Let's see if these pistols can find anything. As Astralis get aggressive, wherever you go, Device will be sure to take a peek at you.
Nice. That's that's really good. I hate you for that. That's really good.
I don't know any more Pokemon.
Yeah, I never play Pokemon. Yeah. I just play Counter-Strike. Oh, this is obviously pretty quick for Astralis. Only full eco for Aristocracy with that saved 5/7 armor, but that was made quick work of. And the bomb finishes off for Diha as well. No survivors for Aristocracy, although saving a USP wouldn't have made any difference. It's now about saving this game from defeat, Harry. It's 13-5. They've got one bye round here. And this very well could be their last proper bye. The harsh reality of facing, I want to say the best team in the world. I'm going to say the best team in the world. You know, it's always up for debate with Liquid doing well, but everyone has their ups and downs, don't they? Ooh. Through the smoke, Dupree not giving a damn. Miles is spotting. He won't get away with a kill, though. Miles, he does have a smoke for the front of the site, delaying putting that down, saving it for a rainy day. Ooh, boost up as well. Window coming through from Manise. He's got that orb. Not going to provide anything with it. We've got 2 of them actually for the CT side. Dupree's got no smoke. He's got to run. His teammate doesn't bail him out with any kind of utility down towards B, but not a worry. Gets out alive. Just about 4 HP. 2 players on the A site. Diha's playing at the back of CT without AWP. No armor as well, so he's got to be careful. And Astralis is setting up for the execute.
Glaive going to be that first man in, and he might have to run the gauntlet against this AWP on Diha. Smokes should nullify it. Just how much do Astralis want to telegraph this plate? They're very deep up the ramp. I'll throw the smokes in, and now Aristocracy. Those 2 players on B are a long way from home, so that bomb plant should be found here for Astralis.
Not again.
I just think stop going in that corner at this point. Zipnix is the corner master. Manise trying to take up Rollins' position on the AWP. The problem you're going to have so many Danes at the ramp. You can't even get back into this round if you're Aristocracy. They bow out, they save, they'll back away. A 14th for Astralis. At Tally continuing to count up against the Poles, and they're hunting down these saving players. Glaive looking to destroy the economy of Aristocracy, but he will get punished for that push.
Terrorists win.
And Astralis, they'll let them get away with these 3 rifles.
That was a dink right as the round changed. No death for Zipnix, luckily enough, but yeah, it's not like Astralis need the money. They are off to a hot streak on this T side. That save is good, though. I mean, at least accepting that you're not going to win that rifle round after you lose the first 2 players on that A site, and the bomb immediately gets planted. So they're going to have another rifle round, Harry, and that's something that they were going to be lacking. 14-5, a second try at the bye. 1 AWP, though, this time. Diha did go down in CT. Oh, and it gets worse by the second. Manise peeking ramp, but he wasn't scoped in time. Device is already on that boost, making sure no one's pushed down deep. They get that close molly. Miles waiting on ramp. I like this position. We don't see it used too much. You are very dedicated, right? Good off angle, and he's going to catch Dupree as well. Second player, smoke is in, but the grenade will send him flying. And Glaive, he should have no fear. He can go right through that smoke, knowing that the B site is clear somewhat. Taz has pushed back in, though, and is trying to get this trade. Molly landing late. Glaive's already up past it on the stairs. And he is deep inside of the site. Taz getting absolutely decimated. And 2 players, see, I'm doing it now. 2 players here for Aristocracy. Let's try and retake.
Rallen trying to catch the timing, but Glaive, his huge brain turns him around, gets that kill, and with it, the round locked in as well. Map point for Astralis, 15-5. Since getting into this T side, they have not missed a beat. 5 rounds in a row, and they might be about to do it flawlessly in this second half. There's not a lot left for the Poles to work with. All they're going to be getting is that $3,400 loss bonus and whatever residual cash they had in the bank accounts left, which was not much.
And you think this is rough, Harry? Well, Nuke's coming up next. That's in the back of the minds here for Aristocracy. Buys in. It's just about good enough, oh, maybe not. Pushing mid, 1-for-1 trade. That's fair enough. Aristocracy gonna take it every day of the week. Diha, he's holding ramp, and he's got a nice off angle. Committed here by the railing, but he gets 1 for so much damage to the second 2. Glaive down to 3 as that kill comes back in for Astralis. That molly should shut Rallen off unless he decides to go through it. And ballsy play, but it pays off. Doesn't even wide swing, gets back through the Molotov, loses half his health, but he's taking the advantage for Aristocracy.
Manise is coming in on a ramp flank as well, I believe. He continued his aggression through middle after he got that trade earlier on in the round. And there's the kill. Dupree does get the trade at the very least. And now onto the AWP. They can't afford to give this one away. They've got the 2v1, but Dupree very ready for that peek. And now just Mav's left to find. He'll peek up into him. They know where they are. 1 shot's all that's required for either side. And Mav's going to land it. Aristocracy, they just about get that round, narrowly winning out the 3-on-1. Oh, it's close, but a 6th round locked in. That's all you got to focus on if you're the Poles. However, once again, it was just 1 player staying alive, so they're able to grab that AWP at least. Their buy into this round still is not going to look that great.
Stemming the bleeding. But yeah, they're just playing off win bonus and kill bonus, Harry. That's all they've got. 4 dead in the previous. Manise has that AWP at least. Doesn't take the aggro A ramp peak. Instead, he goes towards B, but will decide to rotate off pretty quick. Astralis giving that position up at the start. And Manise, that's unfortunate timing, moves in as the flash hits him in the face, and Glaive gets to cross. Now, I'm sure he's aware of the possibility here, but Glaive almost shows too much on his shoulder. Molly will send Manise back. He's going to go in for more, though. Still ticking at his back. Half his health gone. And Astralis, they're working up on A in the meantime. Bit of a boost for Device. Ooh, it's getting close. Moving back down, they will avoid this triple peak from Aristocracy. Don't know how Astralis don't lose a player in that engagement. Device was so blind. And Manise, he wants to get ahead of the flashbang. He's going to push back into middle, dropping Glaive. There's a start. Can Diha find anything? Yes, but Device is right back in with the repeat, keeping things in under question, rather. Astralis 3-on-4, still winnable considering the utility or lack of it here for Aristocracy. Dupree is running into the site, but Miles is hiding in the smoke, and I think he's just gamed him, Harry.
Ooh, no! Val's just missing the timing onto Dupree, and Dupree has the forethought to check behind. As he does, he's pulled this one back into the 2v2.
Oh, here it is.
Here's the push from Taz that locks down the round for Aristocracy, though. The double onto those Astralis players, and another round gracing the board for the Poles. 7-15 though. They still need 8 in a row if they want to get overtime here. It's a bit of a shame because it feels like on this CT side things are falling into place a bit now for the Polish squad. They might have just left it too late though. All it takes is one big performance from anyone on Astralis, and everyone there could offer that up. It's not easy. And it's still a little while to go before you get believing in it. Diha over here at ramp, trying to open this round up with the man advantage. Will back off with that smoke being down. Very heavy B presence here from Aristocracy. So if Astralis do just move fast into this A side of the map, there's only one man here to deal with.
Oh, what a read. Diha guessing that Glaive had already crossed around the ramp, and he was so right. That gun's actually going to be hard to retrieve now for Astralis as well. Good utility coming out, blocking off D here on the site, but that's the only smoke they have. The Wrath is in. Taz once again doing the damage from the behind, and just with a trade, but D has gone on top of the site to keep Aristocracy in this game. 8 rounds. Getting their heads back into things, but yeah, like you said, Harry, I mean, 15. It's only going to take one single play for Astralis to close out this game, and it's just a moment of time before that happens, or matter of time before that happens, rather. We've got guns coming back out for Astralis. That was just a hero AK on Glaive with pistols on everyone else.
Sonic's had to chime in.
Finally.
Hasn't had to do this yet. But he's giving some rousing words to the Astralis side, looking to pump them up heading into this next round, getting everyone's head on the same page. I'm curious what we're going to see as the change from Astralis. Where do they think the weakness lies on this CT side?
I'd like to see them go for one of those mid-takes. Aristocracy were doing it a lot on their T side, where you throw that deep smoke that cuts off the CT rotation peak, and you can, you know, work door or drop into B and just put pressure on. It at least means the Aristocracy players on B can't play close towards that choke point that you typically smoke off. That seems to be the go-to. Just jiggle that choke point, throw a smoke, fall back, call for rotates. That's how Astralis like to run their CT side. But this time on B, there's a lot of aggression. These CTs are pushed up. Mao's specifically taking control down those stairs. And that's going to free up some of the site. They should be able to rotate a player over. Mani's already moving back towards A, and that's going to be the right call. He's actually got a pick in mid. Magic's moving out alone. Diha's waiting here on A with an AWP, and Astralis have 4 players outside, so ready to close the gap. Rallen up close as well. Glaive can't afford to lose this bomb to an aggressive CT, but he's going to come right around the corner using the molly to his advantage. Device with a trade, but an advantage still sitting in the hands of the CT side. Double AWP as well. Diha missing the timing on that cross. Could have taken down Dupree. Instead, will get Device. Dupree with the immediate trade. That bomb dropped in the open, and Dupree's not done with one. He's going to double it. Maus is the only man here. Mani's on a long wrap round, a rotation from the bottom of B stairs, not looking to flank in this round, and Astralis with an opportunity to double back towards B.
Oh, and they're going to hear that rotation and the scope as well. They know that they've pulled this rotation away from the B site. Aristocracy, they'd kept Manice there all round long, but with Dupree doubling up, he's had to go for this rotation. And now that they haven't seen anyone back towards the ramp, you can see he starts to get his running shoes on. He's trying to get to this B site, and he's just got there before Astralis can get in. Manice, if he finds a kill now, he's going to set Aristocracy up well to keep the good times rolling. And Dupree deleted. Zipnik's clutch minister, but it's only 1 kill and no time. Mouse just has to stay alive. Another round for the Polish squad. They're getting pumped. And I tell you what, if one man would inspire you to make a comeback like this happen, it's going to be Taz.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's getting kind of scary for Astralis as well now, and you can see Zonic not exactly looking too satisfied with the performance in this second half. Astralis did everything they needed to but close out this game, get to that 15th mark. Never really been a problem for this team to close out maps, I wouldn't say. But right now they're getting tested. That AWP was saved in the clutch. But everyone else on pistols. Device, can he have a blinder of a round and make this game Astralis's before it gets too close for comfort? He's got 24 kills, Harry.
That's the thing. Last season, Aristocracy, they were kind of like this. They showed up. We didn't really expect much from them, and they surprised us, right? They were always able to make teams look uncomfortable. They were always good at making these games feel doable, and they've even managed that with a game that they were 9-0 down in at one point in time. This was a 15-5 half for Astralis. Great read from Rallen to spot that boost out, and he's shut this one down alongside Maus. Dupree will dig one away. Trying to get a bit of a foothold here over at the ramp. However, look at that mini-map. There's just so many players lying in wait. If they dedicated to B, they'd be running into a stack, so they do start to fall away now. Taz, I wonder where he's at. He's taken this mid control. They don't have a player on A, so there is a timing right now that Astralis could get into that A site.
And I think Diha thinks that they could have been on the A site already, right? He rotated earlier, so he's being very careful in his rotation. If you look, he's barely in CT. Right now, Astralis are getting given A site. And that's because Aristocracy think they're already there. That's not the case. But now finally arriving on the scene, this bomb can go down for Astralis, and this would be a hell of a round to win. There are kits, there's smokes, there's incendiaries, there's 4 players for Aristocracy. Rowland, perfect timing back into the site. This plant needs to come through though for Debris, and he's being covered by Device. 5 seconds as that bomb gets planted on A. Diha coming in from above as well. He's wrapped around. Device, there's the kill. Now things get interesting, and Device might be able to do it all alone. Another kill, getting peeked as he moves towards the sandbags. He won't be able to follow up this time. That could have been it, but Dupree's still here. Low HP, wrapping around. He knows they're tapping it. Seeing they're off it. Dupree, 1D again, and Aristocracy trying to force the fight. Miles with another fake. Dupree knows it's not on, and he is just going to slow this one right down. Oh, what a ballsy call from Dupree. Now Miles just has to stick, and it's the 3rd time. Lucky Dupree's coming round. That should be the map, and it is. 16 rounds. What a clutch. Device getting kills with the AWP, and that was a deco from Astralis. We said it. All it took was one crazy play, and we just had exactly